edition of Lindsay's Neurotic Hour. Usually I do these live in theaters, but I wanted to do something different, especially considering we're legally obligated to hibernate for the last 2 weeks of December. So I thought I would try a video. And also, technically, I already did a show in November, but I thought this movie was coming out in theaters in December, and turns out it's coming out this weekend, and I didn't realize it until very late, so here we are. Please bear with me. As you may know, an important holiday is coming up. That's right, the release of the new Benoit Blanc movie, Wake Up Dead Man. The third movie in the Rian Johnson universe, the best movie to ever exist since Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Basically, if you don't know, some kind of crazy murder happens, a gay Southern detective played by Daniel Craig shows up and exposes a whole bunch of secrets, and some major aspect of society is critiqued. The first movie was the upper class and high society liberalism, the second was the upper class and the pandemic, and we don't know the third one just yet, but it's probably going to be the upper class and religious institutions. Personally, I'm very excited. I really do enjoy the Benoit Blanc movies. They include three of my favorite things: complicated murder mysteries, fun plot twists, and gay Southern detectives. I like to think I understand them pretty well, but it is the nature of a Benoit Blanc movie to deliver something unexpected. So, the question now is, can I be the real detective and guess correctly what's going to happen in the movie? Probably not, but it would be cool if I did. So, what's going to form the basis of my theories? The Wikipedia page, the 2-minute 14-second teaser, and the song Wake Up Dead Man by U2. That's it. I know it's already been released at TIFT in September to some reviews, but I haven't looked up a single one, nor have I looked up any spoilers. I don't have any proof to back that up, but please take me at my word. It would be a lot less fun if I had done that. What can we tell from the Wikipedia page? Mainly the cast. Honestly, this is more personal reference than analysis, but I just wanted to take a minute and shout Jeffrey Wright out. I didn't know he was going to be in this movie until I looked at the page, and Angels in America fucked me up, so I'm very excited to see him in here. My first prediction is he will have a crucial role to play, mainly because I think he clears any scene he's in, so I'm manifesting this really hard. There is a second thing to note, though: the reception. 94% of critics on Rotten Tomatoes said the movie was good. Critics can get things wrong, though, as evidenced by the low scores of But I'm a Cheerleader, National Treasure, and Now You See Me, Now You Don't. But we're not using this to gauge quality. We're comparing it with the previous Knives Out movies. So the first Knives Out movie has a score of 97%, while Glass Onion has a score of 91%. So, in critics' standards, we can consider them all to be a similar level of quality. I don't know why they like Wake Up Dead Man as much as the others, because I'm trying to go into this blind. But based off of this, I'm gonna assume that the movie has the same qualities that the other two have. I can't guarantee everyone will be satisfied with these twists, but I'm going to assume at the very least this movie is not boring or predictable. Folks, call me Kyoko Kirigiri from Trigger Happy Havoc, because I am the ultimate detective. Anyways, that's about it from Wikipedia. Now, the teaser. Quick note: the day after I wrote this script, the fucking final 2-minute 4-second apparently official trailer came out. This is mainly an analysis of the 2-minute 14-second teaser. I swear to God, they called it a trailer and not a teaser before, but I guess I can't be the ultimate detective all the time because sometimes I'm just dumb and miss things. But the good news is, I don't think the trailer upends any of my theories, it only gives credence, so I'm gonna try and incorporate the new things it tells us into my theories as best as I can. Okay, now watch the video and come back to me. So you can pause here to go watch it. Okay, did you not watch the video and just skipped ahead hoping I'd explain the trailer? You'd be right about that. We're not analyzing every second of the trailer, and if you remember the previous Benoit Blanc films anyways, they lie, so it's not even worth it. Knives Out barely establishes Ana de Armas as a character, much less the protagonist. And, Glass Onion wants you to believe it's Edward Norton who gets murdered. The highlights of this one are Josh Brolin, the Monsignor, goes into a locked room. 30 seconds later, he emerges dead in front of everyone. Daniel Craig is bending on his wot until he blonks. Glenn Close is serving. Andrew Scott is giving hot priest if he gave up religion, which I am not complaining about. And Thomas Hayden Church is being a circumspect groundskeeper. Kerry Washington, McCormack, and Kaylee Spaney don't really get a moment in the trailer. Spaney sort of does with the cello playing shot, but nothing that really gives us a character beyond cello playing. Jeffrey Wright is not in this trailer, so I'm already devastated, but maybe it's a meta commentary on religious institutions and how they draw you in with fake promises and manipulate you with lies. So please pray with me on this, and if you send me money, I think it'll make both of us feel better. Speaking of money, there's also a shot of a diamond that's defo gonna be important. But most importantly, Josh O'Connor, playing a reverend, is being set up as Benoit's assistant. And if you're wondering what a monsignor is and how different it is from a priest or a reverend, it's not that important. Basically, you just need to know that in terms of power, Josh O'Connor is under Josh Brolin. Okay, now a quick recap of the 2-minute 4-second trailer. There's more Mila Kunis being the third investigator, the Monsignor is rich, and the diamond is in fact his. McCormack seems to have some kind of recording device. Everyone suspects Josh O'Connor to have killed the Monsignor, and once again, the groundskeeper is circumspect. And he slaps Glenn close on the ass. So, what do these tell us? Jack shit. Because that's not how Benoit Blanc works. Like I said, it plays with your perception. It takes what you think you know about murder mysteries, blends it, and then bakes it into a pie to throw it at your face for ever having an assumption. Let's go through our points once more with that in mind. Josh Brolin, the Monsignor, is locked in a room. This is a classic murder mystery trope. The locked room murder that seemingly no one could have done until you discover a trick inside. You know the riddle about the dead guy in a pool of water in a locked room and need to figure out what killed him? The answer is obviously ice knife that melted. That's gotta be a painful way to go. Craig, Close, and Scott, all serving, doesn't really have an expectation or an assumption attached to subvert. They're just good at what they do. My guess is they have some big secret that has something to do with the murder. Oh wow. Thomas Hayden Church will probably be a complete red herring because that's what typically happens when you describe a character as circumspect. Unless Rian Johnson knew about that and wanted to give the old switcheroo. So he's either incredibly important or not at all. Still serving though, King. Washington, McCormack, and Spaney will also be important to the plot. I know, I'm hitting it out of the park today. Call me Shuichi Saihara from Danganronpa V3 because I am the ultimate detective. But regardless, I think at least one of them will be more important than we even think. I'll elaborate on this a bit later. And maybe, hopefully, please, 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 Jeffrey Wright will have a huge secret role in this film. Maybe. Pray with me, guys. I'm begging you. Anyways, like I said, the diamond is probably going to be a reason for this murder, probably due to greed. That's usually what diamonds are about. Or it could be a reference to the greatest movie of all time, Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Lastly, Josh O'Connor being Blanc's assistant. This forms the crux of my upcoming theory. In the previous two films, the Benoit Blanc assistant was a girl in the group who gets unexpectedly thrown into the mystery and then merges a bad bitch, which is, again, a play on expectations. We think Ana de Armas is the murderer for a good chunk of the movie, and we think Janelle Monáe is Cassandra for a good chunk of the movie. But then they evolve, prove to us that they're amazing and know how to solve the mystery, and show their grit by taking away what the rich people love most. For the first movie, it's the house. For the second, it's the Mona Lisa. So, you might think, oh, Rian Johnson is mixing it up and giving us Josh O'Connor as the assistant this time. You might even think he ate that churro in Challenger so sexually that he could not have committed any crime ever. Well, you are wrong. I'm sorry to the Tumblr girlies, but Josh O'Connor is not playing a poor little meow meow guy in Wake Up Dead Man. He is playing a straight up villain. My hypothesis lies in two things. One, the perception thing I've said over and over. Two, Benoit Blancs tend to do a fake out with the white boy of the group. In Knives Out, you thought the biggest asshole of the family was secretly a nice guy? Fuck you. He's a murderous asshole. Or in Glass Onion, you thought the idiot guy was gonna be murdered? Fuck you. He's the murderous idiot. In the 2-minute 4-second teaser of Dead Man, everyone thinks he did it, so the audience think he must have not done it. But fuck you, he did do it. And before you go, oh, not all white men, I agree. Benoit Blanc would never do such a thing. He's good representation for you guys. Anyways, I do actually have a third piece of evidence in that there's a split-second shot where we see Josh O'Connor like this, holding some kind of stabby thing. Maybe he's defending himself, but no, fuck you. He's holding it to murder. So that's it. Case closed. He killed Josh Brolin. Haha, nope. For, you see, we cannot be so naive to think this stops at one twist. Josh O'Connor acting like the assistant but being the final villain is a level 101 twist. He might be an assistant, but it's not to Benoit. It's to the actual murderer. My guess is O'Connor's character will have some sort of tragic backstory that'll make some people go, he's still a little meow meow, and make others go, cool motive, still murder. But either way, it'll pale in comparison to who the actual culprit is. Are you ready? Last chance to guess. And no, it's not Jeffrey Wright, but that would be hilarious if it was. If you guessed Josh Brolin, congrats, you're correct. Ryan Johnson is double faking us out with the white boys. They are the villains all along. But wait, you might say, isn't Josh Brolin the victim? Doesn't the 2-minute 4-second teaser have a shot of him dead in a coffin? Ignore that, and guess what? The locked mystery murder isn't a mystery because it didn't actually happen. Fools, look with your mind's eye. This movie is called Wake Up Dead Man. Yes, it's an homage to a U2 song about begging for Jesus to come back and save everyone while not really believing in it. But think of the multiple meanings, people. This movie is gonna be about religion, Catholicism. What's the biggest Catholic thing? Jesus. What's Jesus famous for? Coming back from the dead. I rest my case. I rest it and let it rise again like Jesus or a loaf of bread. Why fake its death? Something to do with the diamond. That's the easy answer. The diamond is a Monsignor, so it seems counterintuitive, but maybe it's all a lie or someone's trying to take it from him and he's trying to protect it. But also, given that we have no murder victim now, it means there will be a second target, aka a second murder victim. Who is it going to be? Here's my tier ranking of who the victim actually might be.
So here we have a high chance of Glenn Close and McCormack,
A medium chance of Andrew Scott and Thomas Hayden Church, and I doubt it tier of Kerry Washington and Jeremy Renner, the tier of I think not because she might be the actual assistant, Kaylee Spaney and Mila Kunis. And then we have the Jeffrey Wright tier.
So here's the time to elaborate on the McCormack, Washington, Spaney trio.
Plus Jeremy Renner. To be honest, I don't have a lot to say about Renner's character. The trailers gave him some comic lines, some ominous lines, so I think he's probably as important as the trailer makes him out to be, and I don't think he's a murderer. But maybe he's an accomplice. He is the town doctor after all. If Josh Brolin faked his death, Renner would have had to play some kind of role in helping him fake it. Washington may or may not be an accomplice too. She's playing a lawyer. If we go with the greed and fortune theme, maybe she has a hand in the will. I don't think they'll die, either of them, but they are definitely hiding things.
Not as much as McCormack, though.
His character is an aspiring politician. Politicians love having dirt on people. He also seems to have some kind of recording device. Basically, he knows something he shouldn't, and that's why I think he has a high chance of dying.
Glenn Close also knows something, so I think she might die too. My gut says McCormack, with Kaylee Spaney being the actual assistant, and that's why I think they're being underplayed in the trailers.
Does that mean that Brolin won't die later? He might. There is a chance that Josh O'Connor will try and usurp him last minute to steal the diamond or whatever. Or Bridget Everett, who's also apparently in this movie and amazing. Turns out she's been manipulating the strings all along. Take a look. Here's all my official predictions. Do I have any hard proof on this? No, a lot of this is vibes-based. Morphic resonance. You get it. Okay, so real talk, I didn't know what I wanted to do for the December show. I'm not a super huge holiday person past yay presents and yay spending time with family. But basically I couldn't find any specific inspiration for the December show. But then I remembered that Wake Up Dead Man, the third movie in what might be my favorite series of movies, is releasing. Again, I thought it was releasing in December. It turns out it's releasing in November, but shh. So I thought I might as well take a crack at guessing and see what happens. And it's also kind of on theme. I mean, it's a gay man critiquing religious institutions. That feels like a Christmas miracle to me. Anywho, originally, I was going to make this be a joke presentation that sort of culminated in declaring that Josh Brolin was clearly a zombie because the title of the movie is Wake Up Dead Man. But then, halfway through writing this, I got really hooked onto the idea of, Josh Brolin secretly being alive the whole time. And then screenwriting half of my brain with the murder mystery loving half of my brain sort of partnered together as my ego. And thought that if I got this right, I would be clearly a genius. So I've kind of committed to it now. I bet there's some bastard from TIFF who, watched this movie and is laughing about how wrong I am and how much of an idiot I am. Conversely, there's some bastard who watched it at TIFF, must think I clearly hunted for the spoilers because I got it so dead on the money. But, I'll let them think what they think. It doesn't, ultimately, this is not that important. It just would be cool if I got it right. But also, fuck you. It would be really cool if I got it right. And you don't know shit, so yeah. In general, I really enjoy the Benoit Blanc movies because they like do mess with you. They take these classic detective tropes and sort of like spin them on their heads. Like the original Knives Out movie, we a reverse cat and mouse game with Ana de Armas's character, but that it turns out that she has been innocent all along and she's like the good character we think she is. And then Glass Onion gives like a subversion by telling us Benoit's perspective, but it's leaving us in the dark as to how much he actually knows until the exact halfway point the twin twist is revealed, and it just paints everything in a new light. I know some people thought the twin twist was a little bit cheap, but I liked it. I think it was an interesting way to do it, and it gives us a lot new information, and it just was fun. I don't know. I might be Danganronpa pilled, but I like the twist, so whatever. That's my opinion. I don't know who the rootable character is gonna be in Wake Up Dead Man. Maybe it is Josh O'Connor, and I'm just trashing this poor little meow meow man for no reason. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I like trying to solve murder mysteries. I think it's a lot of fun, so I gave this a go. Anyways, I needed to talk about something for December, so here we are. This is a little bit of a rush job because I did misjudge the timeline, but like I said, it's all chill. It would be really fun if I was right. I won't win any prizes, but I also feel like Ryan Johnson has to give me a job if I nail everything correctly. I'm joking, but also, Ryan, it would be fun. I'm hopefully going to see this movie soon, and then I'll do like a follow up video in December that like compares the two and if I got like my predictions right or wrong or whatever. So if you want to play along, leave some predictions in the comments. And if you already know what happens, please be nice and don't spoil it. If you do, I'm gonna be upset, and then I'm gonna manifest a Super Danganronpa 2 movie with where Jeffrey Wright plays Nagito Komaeda. And as good as he is, I don't think that's a universe in which anyone wants to be in. All right, see ya.